Hi, everyone. I'm Tara Bialik and Mindy Wender, and Mindy Wender's my coach, and we are going to be running the call tonight. We're very chill, so we don't have slides or anything. That's totally not our thing. So we kind of wanted to talk with you guys. We're going to make this really short. Well, not really short, but like 30 minutes. You have a bigger purpose going into this week rather than you sitting on a call listening to us talk. So we're going to give you guys tangible things that you can take away from this call and apply tonight to reach your goal this week. And not only that, but reach for the stars after, and not just, set yourself up for one goal and then what next. We're going to teach you, we're going to help guide you through that and into the next chapter of your business. So, Mindy, you want to kick things off?
Yes. Okay. So, hey, everybody. Like, I know a lot of you on here, but there's some new faces. So I just want to introduce myself and say that I am Mindy Wender, like Tara said, and I've actually been a coach for 9 years, guys. And the thing that I want, before I get into the part that we're going to talk about, we're going to, like we said, we're going to try to make this very short and sweet because we want you to get to work tonight. We're going to give you a call to action. But I just want to let you know that I've been a coach for 9 years. I'm a 15-star diamond coach. I'm in the Million Club, multi-million club. I'm 5-time elite. I'm on CAB, like all these things. But I just want to let you know that I'm from a small town. When I started, I was super shy. I was broke as a joke. I was working 50 hours a week when I built this business. My first year and a half, I was working 50 hours a week while I built this on the side. And I had no fitness background, no confidence, no circle of influence. Like, people saw me as lazy, not as a fitness professional. So I had I had no support from my family. I had nothing going for me. I never had a before and after, none of that. So I just want to put that out there because what we're about to talk to you is long-term vision and about how every single one of you legit has a freaking $1 million opportunity in the palm of your hands. And it's up to you. And we're going to go over this. It's up to you to take that and run with it because all of us can succeed. It doesn't matter who you are. So let's start right now talking about long-term vision for this, for your business. I don't want you to think, like, I know this group, we're really preaching to you that you need to hit this goal and to get to the next level. And the goal date is this week, right? It's this week. And you guys all can hit it this freaking week. I mean it. But at the same time, I want you to we have the goal that's short term. I want you to have the long-term longevity, big picture type of vision for your business, because when you have that and when you're sold on it and there's nothing, it's like unwavering belief, like this is going to be my life, this is going to happen, like no matter what. Once you have that, it's going to help you push to these short-term goals and to make it happen, right? So how to do that? You have to really see yourself as, I can do this goal and so much more. Like, do you know that I was a diamond coach when I started having the vision to be a 15-star diamond coach? That I was making $300 a week when I started having the vision that I was going to be a millionaire with this business? That's the long-term vision. My debit card was getting declined at the grocery store when I said, I think I had it longer. Like, I think I said in 10 years that I was going to hit this goal. So the date may have been a little bit off because I hit that way shorter, but I still knew 100% back as my debit card's getting declined for our groceries that I was going to take this and become a millionaire with this because I knew I had $1 million opportunity in my hands. So there's so many ways to help you create that vision, but you have to start dreaming big. You have to start seeing yourself as like Tara or myself or all the other top coaches that you've heard speak during this training, Melissa McAllister, like all of these people. You have to see yourself as an equal to these people, that you can achieve what they have achieved and you can even do more. You can definitely outdo more. Did you know that I've been a coach for 9 years? Lindsay Matway has been a coach for 8 years and she surpassed what I've done in a shorter period of time. That's what we're talking about. And I want that for you. I want you guys to do more than what you've seen in a shorter period of time. Okay. So that's how you guys have to do positive actions, goal setting, all of that. And we'll go into that in a second. And now Tara's going to talk about how to make that happen this week.
Okay, you guys, seriously, let me just say, it's possible. It's possible. I really think we have to get rid of the mindset of like, oh, well, I can't influence my coaches, or it's not, it's my goal, but I have no control over what they do. Oh, you do. You do. And we are going to help you with leadership tips in a little bit. But guys, making it happen is a decision to say, if this season, the next 3 days, I'm going to work so hard. And I'm going to bring you back to when I was trying to hit diamond. Mindy was like, hey, if you hit diamond by it was like 60 days into the business or whatever, then you can get X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, it didn't make me hit diamond, but it pushed me to do it a little bit faster than I wanted to. Just like this pot of money is pushing you a little bit harder than if it wasn't there. So I remember thinking to myself, and it was a Monday before I had to qualify. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm 4 coaches away. Like, I can't do that. And I remember talking to her. She's like, you're going to do it. You're just going to put your head down. And the next 3 days, I know you have a job and you have children, but you're going to go all in and put everything you got into it. Because if you don't hit it, you're going to be so much closer than if you didn't try. So I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I did. And here's why, is because I just wrote down a list of things that I had to do in the next 3 days. And I'm going to give you guys one huge thing that you have in your back pocket right now. We have an amazing opportunity with Shift Shop Proving Grounds coming out, right? It is available in a challenge pack. And if someone signs up as a coach, they can be in his group, okay? So in Chris Downing's group. Now, let me just tell you, if you guys aren't aware of who he is and his personality and what he does for people, then you need to go look him up on YouTube, because he is the most inspirational, motivational, true, humble trainer that we have. And anyone that really does this, joins with a challenge pack and gets in his group, will not be dissatisfied. So you have that right in your hands, okay? You have that to offer someone. Hey, I know you weren't interested last time we chatted, but there's a really cool opportunity this month, and I'd love to talk to you about it. Like, you can help people join your team if you're trying to get a spouse to diamond, to do that. Or if you're trying to help your coaches, you're going to share this with them, and you're going to help them add on some coaches in the next couple of days, okay? Because you guys, Chris Downing is by far one of the best trainers to be in a test group with, because he's not just like throwing up workouts. He is really there, and he cares about the people that are in there. And if you bring someone on that is in a group like that, they're not only going to see some results, but they're going to catch the Beachbody bug, right? They're going to become like, drink the Kool-Aid, right? They're going to love everything about it. The community, he brings the community that everyone's looking for. So that is something huge I didn't have. I was selling T25 challenge packs for $180, and there was no buy. So it was one workout. Okay. So if I can do it, you can. And that was before I was all in on Shakeology. Okay. I was like scared to present it.
Yeah.
Okay? And then once I made that switch, guys, my business took off. And it's only surrounding yourself with success stories of what it actually does for people. And that's what I did, you know? So, 100%, it's a mindset. You decide today, and we'll get you off this call really quick to start freaking working. And you guys, you probably have a lot of people that did Shift Shop before. So go look at your customers if you were a coach that long. You probably have people, you know, that said no last month. or didn't want to do lift because they didn't want to be in a lifting program. So you guys have people to talk to. People that already know who Chris is, they'll hop on in a second. They really will. All right. So the next thing Mindy wants.
Yeah, Tara.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, why don't you go over the next two things, like the what happens if it doesn't, what happens after, and then I'll go over the goals and stuff.
Okay.
Real quick, so then we can get into the details.
Okay, so for example, so that goal that I hit, the diamond, that's what I was pushing for. I hit that goal. Great. Okay, there were so many that I didn't. It doesn't all pan out all the time, even if you work really hard. You guys have been doing trackers. Those trackers are amazing. I've been doing them with you guys because I'm seeing really great results doing them consistently, but there's times where, hey, you might go really hard these next couple days and you might have fallen short. Maybe it's 2 coaches short. Maybe it's 3 coaches. Maybe it's 1. Whatever it is, there's a moment where you're going to feel really crappy, right? There's a moment you're going to be like, oh, I didn't do it. And I just want you guys to know that we've all been there. Everyone, Micah, Mindy, we've all been at that point where we didn't nail it down on that certain date. But there's something different about you because you are a leader, okay? You will not sit there. You will not sit there because if you do sit there, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go backwards really quickly. You could sit there in a moment and then you decide, okay, what's my next step from here? The only way is up. Maybe it's getting to 1-star, 2-star, whatever your goal was by the following week and making it happen. Making it happen the following week. Do not let it slide. The moment you sit there and just feel sorry for yourself for days and days is when your business will go backwards. I mean, any of you guys, anyone could chime in here and say that is 100% true. When I was a coach, a year and a half into the business, I believe, I was gunning for leadership, which is actually coming up this week. And I was so close. I was 2 coaches. One of my coaches was 2 coaches away. I didn't make it. And I was devastated, like working so hard for this goal, devastated. And I'll never forget that after that day, that Thursday came and gone, I was like, okay, I have 2 choices here. I could sit here and have my business fall from almost 5-star to wherever it could have gone, or I could nail it down next week and grow from here. And you know what, guys? I did that. I just made a decision, said, I'm going to listen to a lot of personal development. I'm going to put my head down and get my work in the next day. And it started to pick up again. And I remember at that leadership, this is crazy, guys. And this just goes to show you what you can do when you don't sit in your pity party. I went to leadership the following year, qualifying for 15-star. Because I made a freaking decision. I said, I'm done. Like, I'm going to do this. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'm going to freaking push. And I can just imagine what would have happened if I just said, I need to take some time or take a step back. And that's what we do sometimes when we fail at things. But we have to know in this business, we're going to fail. And that's the whole growing process. You're going to fail. But that's the cool thing about it, is you learn so much about yourself and you grow, and then you have stories and testimonies to share with other people that inspire people and help people. That's the beauty of failing, you know? You get to relate to people that way. Imagine if you never failed, life would be really boring. So it's your decision of what you do after that. And I just want to encourage you guys to take a moment and just say, okay, what could I have done differently? Maybe you weren't as, consistent with your tracker. Or maybe you were just checking off the boxes, but you weren't really focused on finding people that were your people. Maybe you just wanted to get it done. Whatever it was, you find what you could have done better, and then you start doing it differently, right? All right. And then the next part, what happens after you hit your goal? Okay, so say your goal is 1-star diamond Thursday, 2-star diamond, 5-star diamond, wherever you are in your business. You hit that goal, and this is totally like, you celebrate the crap out of it that night. You go out that weekend, whatever, with your, I remember celebrating with my husband. It's so awesome. We would go out to dinner. We just enjoy and just be like, you know what? So it's just such a great feeling. You celebrate it with your team. Maybe you do like a ladies' night with a couple of the girls that have worked with you to get to 2-star, whatever it looks like to you. And then you get back to work. You get back to work and set some new goals. Don't stay there. Don't live in that space. Don't stop the momentum. You stop, you go backwards. 100%. That's what happens. You stop growing, you're going backwards. So it's not meant to scare you. Guys, this is a business. Okay, it's network marketing. We need to keep growing, getting people on board to grow with you, right? So I want to just encourage you, okay, you enjoy yourself. Come Monday, you're back on the saddle, you're doing your tracker, you're fixing some things that you might have slacked off a bit on, and you're moving forward. And then guess what? You're teaching your coaches to do the same. Give them the tracker, help them through it, get them on an accountability call, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. All right, Mindy, you want to hop in?
Okay, so yeah, I want to tell you guys, I want to tell you guys like a tiny little story real quick. So my first full year in the business, I like started out in January, like I'm going to set like the biggest mother, you know what goal. And I'm going to be in like the top 10 of the entire company. And like, I was all in. So my whole year I was in the top 10 and I felt like I'm killing it. It's in the bag, right? So then come December, the last month, right? So all of the other months didn't really count as long as you just needed to be there in December. December, I ended at number 11 or number 12 in the company. So that meant I didn't hit it. So you don't get anything. Like you don't go on the trip, like there's nothing. And I was just defeated. So January, guess what? I was like, you know what? I was such a baby about it. It's like, you know what? That's fine. You know? And I literally didn't even hit January. I didn't even hit Success Club, which is like the tiniest little goal compared to what I was doing in January. In January too, of all months, I did not hit Success Club. Like what? Yeah. So that sucked. But then I got over it. I stopped being a baby and I said, let's get back on track. And I actually did lose some momentum, but thankfully because I didn't like dwell in it for so long, I had to start over a little bit. It took me a minute to get back to where I was and all that stuff. But what I realized is my business, like just because I fell short a little bit in my goal, it didn't affect like my income. Like my income was still doubling. My income was still growing. I was still popping diamonds. My team was killing it. And I was moving forward, right? Mm. So even if you fall short, don't stop and miss Success Club in January. Keep it going because you're further along in your business than you would have been if you didn't. So goals. And that's because I set goals, honestly, and because I had a clear vision. So I already talked to you guys about vision, but you need to have that long-term vision, not just about the here and the now and the next month, the next 12 months, but like where you're going to go with this. What are you going to accomplish? What's your life going to look like? What's the day in the life? What's your, like all of that you need to know and write down and like do an exercise on that. There's so many, Google it. There's so many exercises on there. So many books on this. The great book is by Brian Tracy and it's called Goals. Great book. Otherwise there's an audio program by him that's literally like 2 hours long and it's like $3 because that's what I could afford and that's what I got. And he breaks all this down in a vision and how to create a vision and all that. But goal setting. I know you guys know this. I'm not going to do a goal setting training because Google my name or go to YouTube and type in Mindy Wonder goal setting. You're going to find a couple there. But what I'm saying is most people, and I would be willing to bet some of you on this call even are guilty of not setting goals on a weekly basis. You think in January I set it and I'm good to go. I'm telling you right now, and Tara and I have even been guilty of this. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh my God, I haven't set goals in a while. But when I was in that first year, when I like crushed it, and the second year, in my third year, I became obsessed with goal setting because I watched my life transform just because I took a pencil and paper out every Sunday night and I wrote down my goals. And even though they were the same pretty much every week, they change sometimes, but that is what transformed my business and my life, was those exercises I did. So you need to have these goals. So when you do hit this goal, you still have a vision of what comes next. Okay. Okay, so I don't want to dwell too much on that, but I just want you guys to know how important that is. So now part 2 of this call, we're going to quickly give you some tangible takeaways so you guys can get to work tonight, because we know that it's crunch time. So here's the tools that you can do to make it happen now. Tara, you already talked about the Shift Shop launch, correct?
Yeah. So that's
okay. So I'm going to go right into the power calls right now. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you have something to add?
No, that's good.
Okay. So power calls. This is something that I've done, Brandy Bots have done. Like, this works. Oh, I love Amy Wells. Hi, Amy Wells. I miss you so much. You're welcome. But power calls, this is something that I learned from one of my mentors that helped us early on in our business. And it's something I didn't like to do, I'll be honest, because I hate talking on the phone. Like, it's so bad, but I'd rather just text. I don't know what's wrong with me. But so I knew, though, that this was going to make an impact in my business, and I was willing to do things that I don't like to do and that were sacrifices and certain things like that, because I knew it would move the needle forward. So I don't care if you don't like calls. I don't care if you don't have time. If you got $1 million opportunity in your hand, and if you want it bad enough, you're going to make it happen. So I'm just shooting you straight right now, because you guys need to make some moves. You need to do things you don't want to do. You need to make some sacrifices. You need to do all these things to make it freaking happen for your business. This is for your family. This is for your future. This is for everything. That's how important this is. Again, I'm trying to cast vision on you guys tonight, because I know it's crunch time, and I want you to keep going after this training is over. Power calls. Every single week, I would only do this with my 20 percenters. 20 percenters mean who is willing to work, and there's 2 parts to 20 percenters, maybe even 3 percenters, who's willing to work and who's actually working. And I make a list, and usually that's only about 5 people. It's not a lot, 5 to 8 people. And I sit there with them, reach out to them, find out their why, find out their goals, create a plan of action with them. Let's say, okay, here's a goal date. And it usually takes about 6 weeks or to a quarter or whatever to really dwell on this, but I know you guys have already been doing this. So what I do is I get them on the call it was Tuesdays for me, but you can pick your day, and I do back-to-back power calls. So it's not like all week I don't have like a bunch of calls. It's like back-to-back power calls with my 20 percenters, my 3 percenters, whatever you want to call them. And it takes 15 minutes. I literally give myself block out on my calendar 15 minutes per call. And on this call, I just ask them their progress. It's more like accountability, but then I go over what's holding them back. What can I give them tips on? What aren't they doing that isn't why they aren't moving forward? And then I inspire them. Actually, I don't want to even say I inspire them, because that's up to you guys to be inspired. And you guys know that's the same thing for your team. But I speak vision and belief in them, and I tell them what's to come. So speaking vision is like, oh my God, aren't you so excited? You said you wanted to take your family to Disney World, and this is the next step to do that. Or you said you wanted to be debt-free. This is the path, and you cannot get to the final result unless you hit this stepping stone. So I speak vision into them. I tell them how much I believe in them. I tell them what a good job they're doing. That's what they need, guys. Somebody needs to recognize them for their hard work, because they might not be seeing results yet. So you need to be that person telling them the results are coming. And then I give them a call to action at the end of every call. 15 minutes, on to the next call. 15 minutes, on to the next call. That's it. Those are my power calls. That makes a difference. And you're doing this, let's just say you want to be 5-star, 10-star, whatever. That's how I got to 5-star. That's how I got to 10-star. And that's how I got to 15-star. I picked 5 people, 5 to 8 people each time I did this. And I ran with it with these power calls. Okay. You can go, Tara.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing that you guys can do, this is something you can do right now. 3-way messenger thread. Okay. So here's the thing. Any new coach that you have, let's just back up for a second. People that are really good right out of the gate, hitting Success Club, people that are continuously hitting Success Club, people that are growing in this business, there's a common denominator besides they're working, is they're freaking excited. They're excited and they have energy about what they have to offer. I'm telling you guys, my new coaches that come out of the gates running are the ones that are excited, and their passion like pours out of them, where people are like, well, I don't even know what you got going on, but I want to do it too. Like, honestly, 100%. That's what got me flying right out of the gate. So some of your coaches, maybe it's your girl pushed into diamond, or your couple coaches that are trying to push to diamond. Maybe they're lacking in the energy, excitement area. But guess who has it? You do. So what I want you guys to do is to have them get a list, like reach out to your leaders tonight that are pushing for diamond. You're going to have them create a list, or they've probably been back and forth with a bunch of people because they're pushing like you are. And I want you to get them in a 3-way messenger thread with you and say, hey, to their person, hey, I'm going to pop you into a 3-way messenger thread with my coach, and she can answer any of the questions that you have. Because I'll tell you something, they will learn how you present the business, close the business, answer questions, how excited you are. They'll see your whole invitation process. They'll be able to duplicate that next time, okay? And you're more apt to close that deal. And if you have to do it if you're showing them how to do it in a 3-way messenger call, it's like the old school back in the day network marketing 3-way calls, right? It's kind of like a sneak peek where your coach or you are actually sharing your story and closing the deal for your coaches. But you're doing this in a private little group where they feel free to ask any question they have, and you are walking them through it and saying and speaking life and not using wimpy words. Like you're saying, I can't wait for you to join us. We're going to start our prep week this week, or we are going to start training our new coaches on Monday. So joining by Wednesday would be good, because then you could learn about your back office a little bit before then. You really got to paint the picture of what it's going to look like for them. And I'm telling you guys, that confidence, that not using wimpy language, when I talk to people, I am like, they're going to join me. I don't know if it's going to be now, but they're going to. So I talk like that. When you join, and I'm answering the questions like that. And when if they do say, no, I'm not going to, it's not time, or I need to wait till I get whatever the thing is. I'm like, no worries, girl. I know we're going to be working together soon. I will check back in with you in a couple weeks. I am really I know we're working together. And if they don't know yet, they're going to know. So you guys really have to have that. And your coaches sometimes don't right off the bat. So you have to show them what it looks like. So show them what it looks like to present the business. Do it in a 3-way call. Get some people in a 3-way call, in a 3-way message thread in the next couple of days. And you'll be able to close deals, especially if they've been talking to them for a little bit. So I would definitely recommend that. Your energy is just going to pour out of you, and they're not going to want to say no. Just like it is when you talk to people, potential people. All right. So call to action. Guys.
Okay, guys. Okay, go ahead.
Let me just kind of paint the picture a little bit, because I've been thinking about this a lot. So when I first started, I remember thinking, when I looked at Mindy, when I looked at Micah, I was like, dude, they can do it. Why can't I? We're both we're all the same. We're there's nothing, we're not superstars that we have a huge following on social media. We weren't really outgoing and in people's faces. We weren't great at selling anything. So I was like, what? Why not me? Why not me? I do the same thing now, guys. When people join this business maybe they joined last year and they're flipping crushing it, I'm like, dude, if they're doing it, why can't I still do it, right? That's the way you really have to look at it. There's so many people crushing it that are all different. It's not a cookie cutter mold. They're all different. So that doesn't mean, it doesn't mean that you can't at all. It should mean that you can. You should take that like, I can and I will. Maybe you've never done anything spectacular in your life. Guys, I lived that. I never did anything. Nothing. I quit everything I started. Every single thing. I never tried. I was lazy. I was a procrastinator. All these freaking things until I found this, and I really loved it. If you love this, and this is a passion of yours, you need to run with it, because that momentum that you create is going to drive you. It's going to get you excited. You're going to love it. You're going to keep wanting to run. You're going to be like this, like running through walls. Like, this is how I get so, I'm like sweating. But that's how
it's so hot.
That's how it's going to be for you. And I'm sure a lot of you guys experience this now. And it is a gift that you have, but know that it doesn't matter your age, your belief, your if you're male or female, your size, like, it doesn't freaking matter. That's the cool thing about this, that the top coaches aren't this, they're all different, and you can be up there too. So you want to end it with the whoever?
Yeah. Wait, one other thing, you guys. Just real quick, and then we'll give you guys your takeaways so you can go work, because that's what we want you to do. The thing that everyone does have. So Tara just said like what everybody doesn't, and like people are normal. And I was just taking a snap of her talking, because I love how she just is talking to all of you. And she's like, dude, like, she's just like a normal person. She has her hair in a ponytail. Like, this is why she's my best friend. But what it does take, so that's what you don't have to be like a cookie cutter mold out of this, whatever. But what it does take, I said this, I had a new coach call today, and she said she was apprehensive about certain things. I'm like, dude, hello, that was me. I was scared of everything. I was shy. I was broke. I had no time, blah, blah, blah. But I said, what you do find in Tara, in myself, and all the other successful coaches in this business, they're not like the same size. They're not, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or boy. It doesn't matter. Any of those things do not matter. From a city, small town, none of it. What does matter is that you have passion, that you have so much passion for this, that you believe not only in yourself, not only in these products, not only in this opportunity and the integrity of this freaking awesome company, but it's like belief in all of that, like unwavering belief, like belief from here. You know what I'm saying? And then third, determination, like go to the end, like I will not stop till I hit my goal. And then discipline, showing up even when you don't feel like it, like hello, duh, discipline. And the last two things, consistency, doing the same things on repeat, even when you don't want to, and leadership. And guess what the beauty of all those things are? You don't have to be a born leader. You don't have to be born passionate. You don't have to be born with belief. You don't have to be born confident or determined or any of that. Those are all learnable skills. So that means that every single one of you can do this. Like that's why I say, I'm like, this business does not play favorites. This business doesn't play favorites. Anybody can be successful doing this as long as you have those things. That's what it takes. So now we're going to go over, Tara's going to go over, like, if you want this bad enough, this is what you need to do. And you need to do it tonight and also ongoing, but for sure tonight. So go ahead, Tara.
Start tonight. So this should be done by midnight. Reach out to your leaders now, the ones that are your 20%ers, and ask them if they would want to work with you one-on-one. Okay. That's number one. You're going to reach out to the people that you're working with to hit diamond by this week. So you're reaching out to them tonight, and you're telling them to get a list together of people you're going to three-way message. And you're going to start doing that tonight or tomorrow. People are still up. Do it tonight. And guys, you're going to wake up tomorrow with so much like passion. It's going to just bust out of you. I want you to wake up a little bit earlier tomorrow than normal. I don't care if you wake up at 4:00 in the morning. It's going to be 3:45. This is a freaking season. You bang out some invites, or you get some personal development music going, something that's going to hype you up to talk to people and you start inviting. You have to make moves. It might mean that you're not sleeping for a couple days. And I mean, I don't mean to be harsh, but like, it's a freaking business. You can put in some extra time in some areas when you're pushing for a goal, because you're gonna. And then you could take the weekend if you hit your goal and sleep or do whatever you're gonna do. All right. Mm-hmm. Are you guys good? I know we're being real blunt with you guys, like saying don't sleep and stuff, but guys, like, it's a short period of time. Like, when I was going for 15 star, like, I honestly didn't sleep for a couple days leading up to it. And it's okay. I survived. Right? And Mindy doesn't sleep.
And you guys, I don't, but listen, I'm going to work. I'm going to use my time wisely. But listen, also, it's something that Tony Robbins said, which I found after I've heard it, I was like, oh my God, that is so true. Action, taking action tonight creates motivation. Mm-hmm. So it's like the action you take tonight will probably wake you up in the morning and excited. So action, I want you guys to write that down every single day. Even when you don't feel motivated, action creates motivation. Action creates motivation. Okay. Go to work, guys. Thank you guys for your time tonight. We so appreciate you guys. And I know you guys are going to hit your goals. We're so excited for you. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.